Hello again, and now we are going to deal with our last app in this project. This app is going to be the Courses app, where it will contain the courses provided on the educational platform of this website. And as you know, that this page that is Learn, it will contain the links for the courses. So for example, there is a course called Course 1, Django Starter Course. This button will take you to the course details. Here instead, it will be another course, so we will define different courses. For the meantime, we have just two. And to access a course, you can go to the, now for the meantime, we defined, okay, sorry, we need to rerun. Oh, okay, it's not rerunning, but remove the S here. As I remember, it was course_details. This is the page that contains the information for a course, where we have the course name, an image. Here we have a description. All these are going to be dynamic. Also, these are going to be dynamic. And here as well. So everything is going to be dynamic. We will now start working on these things. So let's go back and start dealing with everything. So the first thing we need to do is Python manage.py start app, and this app we will call it courses. Great. Now we have this one. First thing is to add urls.py and then go to my website here and say courses.apps.courses.config. Great. Okay. Now second thing is to open the pages.py and remove the information related to these two pages, because we do not need them anymore, but instead we need to remove this information from here as well. And for the meantime, I will put them here. Okay, so in order to do that, I need to copy the whole structure from here, paste it here, and sorry, this is the URL, instead this is the views. So in order to make everything correct, this is should be here. This should be here. Okay, fine. And in the URLs here, I will define the path. We are going to register first the path here. That is going to be path courses. It includes the courses.urls. Okay. So any course is going to be here, and let's start. So now we finished everything. We are sure that nothing related to the courses is outside the app courses. Now let's start working here. We have here these two views. For sure, we are not going to deal with them as they are now. What we are going to do is to do something totally different. And let's start step by step. So let's start with the course details page, and then we go to the lessons. And any course is defined in the following way: localhost or the website /courses/str course_slug. And here we have something new. That is, instead of, for example, have /courses/1 for the first course, for the second course, and so on. So it means by ID. Now we have by a slug. A slug, it means that, for example, /courses/Django-starter-course. As you can see here at the top, we have general-Django-templates. This is a slugified URL. Fine. We will understand this in a better way when we go into details. But for the meantime, this is just a definition. Course_details. So for the URLs, we completed everything. For the views, let's keep it now as it is, and we are going to come back here in order to deal with that. Okay, now let's start with the models. Fine. For the models here, we have different things to do, and therefore let's start step by step. The first step is by starting with the course. Okay, so course models.model. And I think that while we are creating the course and the lesson models, now we are not going to deal with the lessons, but in general, for these two models, they are very important. They will provide a lot of new concepts, and also they will cover all previous concepts. Everything you will need, you will see it here, because it's going to be an advanced architecture here. Okay. Title is models.character field, max length 200. Let's make it 300. Okay. Description. It's enough to have a normal text field. Is active. Is active is just because if, for example, we are dealing with a course, we are now registering this course, so no need to show it. Instead, when we click on is active equal to true, so it will be accessible to everyone. So this is not something mandatory, but at least it could be helpful. Slug course. This is the slug course, and it is model.slug field. of max length, which is equal to 200, and unique equal to true. Okay, we have course cover. The course cover is the image that will be shown on the first page, and models.image field upload to %y, %m, %d, and for sure the validators are going to be the function, and that's it. I think this is enough. We need to use the function, so we can find it here. And let me just use all the needed packages. So I will paste them all, and we will see when we are going to use all of them. So now we just used this one and this one, but we will see that we are going to use all of them. Let's add, by the way, also now requirements and details. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, and to make the project covered by all the topics, so the course or this project covers all the main topics, I will design now two new classes, requirement and detail. Why? Here, the reason is here. Instead of doing them as like bullet points as a variable in the course, so I will create a class called requirements, and it has different fields, so many-to-many relationship, and then I can put them here dynamically, and same for the description, or I will call it details because we already have description here. Okay, so you will now understand more and more what we are going to do. So requirement, this is a single requirement, models.model, and it has a description that is models.character field of max length 200, and it has for sure an str function that it returns self.description. Great. The same thing for a detail class, and now we can come back here. Requirements small r are models.many to many field of the type requirement, related name is courses, and details, so no, here let's call them, the related name is requirements. We have details called many to many field, and it uses the detail, and related name is details. Or for example, we can use courses, but it's not that important to deal with that. It's enough that we are understanding everything going on here. Okay, what else? So the slug course, the slug in general, if we insert now a new course record, we need to insert the slug, we will need to insert the slug in a manual way, which is not something good. So we need to automate that. So for example, I have a course called Introduction to Python. The slug should be introduction-to-Python. In this way, it is automatic thing, something that needs to be automated. Fine. So therefore, I'm going to use the slugify function from Django. So I need to modify the save function. So whenever we are going to save a record, okay, it will slugify it for sure. In order to let it slugify it, I would say default, or let me say null equal to true. So in this case, it won't show me it as a bold. So when it saves it, it will slugify that. So save self args quarks. Then we have self.slug_course is equal to slugify of what? Of the self.title. And then super dot save start args comma quarks. Great. Last thing is defining the str self return self dot title. Amazing. We can save this one, make sure that we have everything here. I think we have, let me recheck the page here. I think we covered everything needed for representing a course. Okay, amazing. Now let's make our migrations. And migrate, and then go to the admin page in order to register what we need. Here I would say course admin, admin.moduleadmin, and here from .models import course. Then list underscore display is going to be the title. The description is not so much needed. Is active is better to use is active than the description. Maybe the description is long. Yeah, and this is enough. There is no need to add like search fields and list filter. For this case, I mean, this is my own admin panel. It's enough to me to just see the records and I will understand anything. I'm not working on a very big project in order to get stuck with the multiple records and relations. Okay, fine. We can do the same, by the way, for the requirements and the details. I will stop the video because I think you now know how to do them. I will stop the video, do them, and then come back. Okay, so now I did the configuration also for the requirement admin and for the detail admin, and I registered them. Okay, great. Next step is to create at least a record for a course and test it. So Python manage.py run server. Now let's refresh. No, this one is not going to work anymore. And let's go. We are now here. So first we need to define requirements. For example, let's say for example basic Python knowledge, and let's add another one that is database basic knowledge and front end basic knowledge. For the details, it means what you will learn. You will learn to build a complete website. You will be able to provide your freelancing services, and let me see here, you will be able to turn your ideas into websites, for example. Great, we have these details, we have these requirements. Now let's start by building a course. Testing course. Welcome to the testing course. During this journey, you will learn how to test. For example, is active, yes. Slugify, as you can see, so I will put it as S, just S now. Course cover, let's put an image, for example this one. I want all this and all this, and save. Okay, great, perfect. Now to make sure that all our data are working well, we need to render the course. Okay, so now I will go to the templates, to the pages, course-details, and let's start. So the first thing here, course name. Okay, by the way, let's go back to the views here and work on it, and then we come back to deal with rendering the template. So for sure, this course details now, instead of taking an ID, it will take a course underscore slug. And by the way, we need to say from.models import course. Here we go. And okay, fine. Now a course is we need to import it as well. The get function, get or for with slug underscore course equal to course underscore slug. Okay, just for the explanation, here it is slug underscore course. Okay, so I'm saying that slug underscore course equal to variable here, that is course underscore slug. By the way, maybe this is new for you, but I think that this is the best way, when you deal with the slugs. I mean, I feel here that it's pretty easy to just detect what's for what comes from the models, what comes from the parameters. Okay, yeah, and let's deal with the requirements. We need the requirements, which is equal to course dot requirements dot all. We need also the details, which is equal to course.details.all. We can say now data. We have course, we have requirements, and we have finally details. Great. Coming back here, now we can say that this is course dot name or title. It is title, so title. And here what we need to do is, okay, we have this one here, we have here the image, so this one is going to be course_cover.url. We have here overview. We'll keep the word overview. We have here course content. So course content, as far as I remember, let's go back to the page in order to. Okay, we cannot come back there, unfortunately. Anyway, let's figure out. I think course content and these are like they will take you to the overview, to the course content, and to the details. So we will keep them as they are. This is the page where we can use the information that we provided. So this one we do not need it at all. Nor this. All these are not needed. Just the show more option is needed, and until here we do not need anything. We just need this part here that is going to be course.description. Okay, and since it is text field, so we can keep it as it is. This is the part, and we have here course content. Course content, we will deal with it later, when after doing the lessons. So these all are going to be dynamic later on. Let's go down to the requirements. As you can see that in the requirements we need to create a loop. So here what I'm going to say is that for rec in requirements small r. By the way, here I want to say that here what we did is that we said requirements is equal to course.requirements.all. We can do that directly in the template, so without returning inside the data a key value requirements or details. We can say course.requirements.all. So for rec in course.requirements.all, we can do that, but I think now it's just because I think it's easier, and it's up to you to do that. It's fine. And here we go. Here we are going to say rec.description. We can, by the way, copy this one as it is because it's the same here, and let's put it here now. And instead of saying rec and requirement, it's det in details, and here det. Okay, fine. I think now we can test everything. Okay, so let me stop the server, rerun it again, and now let's go to the main page. Then we need to go to learn. Okay, here now this one doesn't work anymore. We will deal with that later on. Let's go directly to the page of the course. By the way, to know the slug of the course, which is obviously going to be the name, you can see that I inserted before s, but it's after saving it, the Django directly slugify it to me. Okay, so I will copy it now and go to courses /testing/course, and here we go. You have the testing course, the image, welcome to the testing journey, the content, the requirements, and the details here. So amazing. Now, last thing to do is, for example, we can go back. I know that it's something easy for you to do. Is going back, for example, here and say not course details. It's not course details anymore. It is course details, but here we need to specify course.slug_course. Let's test it again. Learn. It will show me. Okay, the error with arguments. Okay, so let's fix that one. Okay, so in order to fix that problem, we need to render the information needed in the learn the view function. So here in the pages, in the views, we do not have information about the slugs, so we need to define that one. So to do that, I would say courses is equal to course. I will import it later, objects.all, and then data is equal to courses, comma, and then you have your data. Great. The last thing to do is from courses.models import course. Great. By the way, here no need for all these, we are not using them. Okay, perfect. Now we can go back and check the learn. Here what we need to say is course_slug equal to the slug name, that is testing-course. Okay, save. Let's go back here, refresh. There we go. Now we have this one, and if we look to the button, it will give me /courses/testing-course, and here we go. Okay, fine, perfect. Now, as you can see, we modified the learn.html. In the next video, we'll start working on the lessons of the course.